What is up, guys? I'm bringing you a new series here where I basically break down maps for you, and map knowledge is really important for people who want to succeed. And there's very few maps, so I'm just going to basically break down the map into pieces and then do gameplay and describe what's going through my head as I'm playing. So starting off, the blue spawns on top of the breach shot, as you can see here. Off to the left would be the digger, off to the right would be the patio, which is where the C flag is for domination. They're also closer to boom, which I'll explain later. Red spawns near the tower, so they're going to get to sniper first, and they're going to be a little late to boom. The breach shot, like I said, is right on top of where blue spawns, and it will spawn after a minute, so that's actually a lot faster than most weapons. The digger is to the left of there, and it will have a 2-minute respawn. I don't think it's as effective as boom, so I don't put more emphasis on it. The Vulcan's not really used too much. It's behind the sniper tower, and it has a 2-minute respawn as well. Maybe an execution will be used more. The sniper tower, of course, has the sniper, which also spawns after a minute, so that's something to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on people who are in the secret clock tower trying to use the one shot. You cannot see boom shot, which is the next weapon, which is in the center of the map. It also has a 2-minute respawn, and it is super important. And as you can see in this little clip I'm showing you, the blue spawn actually has an advantage of getting there a little quicker from my experiences so far, which is something to consider when you're playing this map. The boom shield, which is a little better in this game but still not that great, has a 2-minute respawn, and it is right in front of the sniper nest. And the ammo packs on this map, I believe there are 3. They have 30-second respawns each, so you don't have to really keep an internal clock on them so much. But as you could see, I just showed you where they all are. There are 2 secrets on this map. The first one I'm showing you is right outside from boom. You go into this corridor, and there's actually instants here, and I would advise using 2-minute respawns for the instants. I'd advise using these when you're being chased because it's very narrow, and you can go in through both ways, and there's no time limit for the doors. The second is in the same room the digger is in, and you actually get a one-shot up here, and you have a way to exit too. The one-shot has a 2-minute respawn timer after pickup. I would also advise meleeing the window with your weapon to avoid wasting ammo, and you can see you have a boom overview with the one shot as well as the sniper. Just watch out for the sniper. So here's 2 mantle places that are across from each other that you might want to use for extra mobility or escaping, and you'd get no penalty from dropping. You're going to see here a lot of people like to drop off the sniper tower. You actually take a lot of damage. If you go off to the side, you take less damage, but you still get stunned, which is a problem. I'd recommend mantling like this to avoid any damage and keep mobility. Same thing coming from boom shot to the bottom. This is particularly important when you're fighting for boom. So what you're going to want to do is run off to the left and actually hit the cover so you don't get stunned. And that's really going to help you when you get into boom. If you find someone's camping in the one shot, you don't really want to chase up there because they're going to hear you hit the passage. So using a digger is really effective, and it's in the same room. If you don't have a digger, maybe a nade will work too. And you can see on my screen here, the nade will go right on top of them if you throw them just like I did. And you can just aim. There's no secret way, you know. Just take your time. I just wanted to show you the domination flags here. I tend to like to hold the one in digger and boom because it's near power weapons, but the one on snipe tower is a lot easier to hold. This little spot I found useful when trying to capture, see if people are in there. And now I'm going to get into the gameplay where I talk about the map. So off the bat, you're going to notice that I actually stay true to my word, and I go off to the left, and I don't get stunned, which is good because they're throwing frags. I chose an ink, and I put it on top of boom, thinking they would go for it because I knew that they would probably get there before me. They didn't. I am putting up a really big fight with my team for boom because, like I said, it's an important weapon, and as soon as my teammate dies who had it, I run in and kill the guy who killed him because I really don't want them getting boom. I'm actually going to die now, but it's a good payoff because my teammates are going to get boom. I just have a little brain fart and I roll and I die. I'm going to try not to make this an inside my mind kind of commentary. I'm going to try to generally talk about the map, but inevitably it is going to come down to that. I'm going to check for breach shot now because it spawns every minute. It's not actually up, and I got to critique myself here and say that my next move was should have been to go see digger, which I didn't. I'll quickly also say that the 2-piece is really overpowered, but if you can't beat him, join him, and realistically you're going to have to use that, especially with the amount of bullets you get for your Nasher. You're actually going to see very soon that or it might be a little later, that I completely just mess up. I was going to go for instance, which is a good idea, but I was in a fight with this guy. Now here's where you really want to keep track of your ammo count. I was not spending my bullets wisely, and in just a second, you can see here, I tried a pop shot with no bullet. Here I tried a pop shot, and I finally realized I have no ammo, and realistically, I should have died here, but my teammates helped me out, and I'm just cleaning up with the pistol. So that's one thing you really got to be mindful for with most of the maps, but even in library, I find that the shotgun is the most practical just because you encounter more situations where you're going to be close quarters. I check for boom, which is always a good idea. You really want to have an internal clock in your head on where the weapons are, because taking advantage of the weapons on the map is really important. I'm going to go to snipe now. I would say that only having one or two of your teammates in the tower is a good option, because the snipe tower is not, in my eyes, the most important place to be, given you can't see boom over it. You can see there that drop actually got stunned and I got the cleanup. That is still very risky. If that guy stopped and turned, he could have got a nice kill on me. It's very similar to a melee stun. But my teammates told me he's weak, so I chased, and the gamble paid off. Once again, I checked for boom, and I have it. So going back to what I was saying about the whole idea of an internal clock, when you actually pick up a weapon yourself, you are going to be the one who knows when it spawns first if you're good at keeping track of time, because the weapons are after pickup. So that means as soon as you pick up a weapon, it is going to spawn in the given time. So just refer back to the beginning of the video if you're confused about the different times, but generally speaking, heavier weapons take a little bit longer to respawn. You're also going to see I check here to make sure no one's in the secret area with the one shot, because that weapon can really be annoying for you and your teammates. The boom shot also has a really big splash now. Well, not huge, but that's definitely something to consider, and that guy got a really nice tag on me. I'm not actually sure where I'm going to run to now. I also just want to mention, though, with the boom shot, you can see that I switched my weapons every shot I took. You do not want to die with a power weapon. You are giving away power weapons, and that is really counterproductive for the well-being of your team. And that sounds really nerdy, or the way I worded it, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Here I'm actually about to get in a chaotic shotgun battle, and I want to mention now briefly where weapons are effective, particularly on this map. Obviously, shotgun's effective at close range anytime, and it's really easy to cut down distance and get into those battles. But you're going to see that my ass actually gets saved by a one shot in a sec, and this area is really surrounded, so I would have thought that the one shot would not be very effective, but as you can see right here, I kill one guy, the one shot picks off the other, so the one shot is actually effective even below the sniper tower, and since the sides are symmetrical, it's safe to assume that it is also effective for the other side. Now, what I also want to mention is, up to this point, a lot of the action has been happening on the side that the digger is, and that really does make sense if you think about it, especially for TDM, because both of the secret passages are on that side, the digger is on that side, and there are really no power weapons from the side I just spawned on. So you can even see I go and I run for the breach shot, which is always smart because it spawns really fast. And I'm going to briefly mention again, because I'm pretty sure I'm about to beat this guy down. If you're in a situation where they get in your face, you might as well throw the first punch, because I can tell you it's coming. But back to the whole side situation. With the exception of domination so far, it seems like a lot of the action happens on this side. The flag on domination makes it so that you have to go on the other side of the map, but when you're playing on maps, you should be thinking, what parts of the maps do I generally want to control, what parts have power weapons that I can control, and the majority of those places happen to be on this side for the map, in my opinion, so that's a large part of where I stick around. And I think right here, this guy throws a melee, and I throw a melee right back, even though I did throw the first one. And like I said, if you're not willing to do that, you're going to lose a lot of battles, which is unfortunate at this point. Now I'm actually going to make my headway to boom shot to check if it's up in a sec. Once again, you could have you see that one shot line of sight, and it really does cover a large part of the map. We're actually about to come up on the last few kills. I hear a guy over here, and he's going to actually hop down in a second. I'm going to take care of him. And now I'm going to check if boom is up. I don't think it is up, but that's not really going to matter because the game is almost over. I do stick around it to try to protect it, thinking that it might be coming up soon and I have a guy. With my last 30 seconds, I just want to ask you guys for your opinion on this this whole idea for a series. If the first part was irrelevant, where I show you everything, or maybe the gameplay wasn't as relevant as you want it to be, I would really appreciate feedback if you really like this series and if you want to see it for other maps in particular. It actually took me a little bit longer to make this video, but this definitely felt like a video that helps people improve a lot more. So I'll leave you with my final score, and thank you for watching.